Question 5. You will hear a talk about a tree called the baobab tree. Listen to the talk and complete the notes below. Write 1 or 2 words or a number in each gap. You will hear the talk twice.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our park and our very special collection of trees from all around the world. The subject of my talk today is this strange-looking tree that you see here in front of you. It is known as the bottle tree in some parts of the world. Elsewhere, people call it the upside-down tree because of its short, stubby branches looking rather like roots. In some countries, because of the shape of its huge seed pods that dangle from the branches by long, thin stems, it is known as the dead rat tree. If you come back later in the year, you'll be able to see these seed pods for yourself and decide if it's an appropriate name for the tree or not. We prefer to call it by its more common name, the baobab. The baobab grows in lots of countries in arid conditions and survives by storing water inside its trunk. The trunk can swell up enormously and store up to 120,000 litres of water. You can see in this tree how the trunk is really fat and shaped like a bottle, not at all like any of the other trees we have here. Baobabs generally can reach heights of about 30 metres, but this one, at 15 metres, is just a baby by comparison. To give you an idea of how big they can become, the largest baobab has a circumference of about 34 metres and grows in South Africa. Now, you may be interested to hear how these giant trees have been hollowed out, with most of the inside of the trunk cut out so that they can be used for a wide variety of different purposes. In Australia, for example, one was actually used as a prison. I'm glad to say that it is not used as this anymore. Baobabs have also been used as shops in the past. Nowadays, however, a baobab is often used as a bus shelter, which people appreciate because it provides shade when it's sunny and protection when it rains. The baobab is a very useful tree in many ways. Its fruit, for example, is remarkable. It's about the size and shape of a coconut and weighs around 1.5 kilograms. You can eat it. Its flavour is somewhere between grapefruit, pear and vanilla, and it's used as an ingredient to add flavour to porridge and drinks. It can also be squeezed out to produce vegetable oil. But it's not just the fruits that are useful. The bark is used for the manufacture of baskets, and the flower pollen can be made into glue. This amazing tree has another name, the tree of life. And when you think how it can create a complete ecosystem supporting the life of many animals, you understand why. Birds nest in the branches. Bush babies and fruit bats sip at the nectar and pollinate the flowers. Baboons eat the fruit. Elephants can eat the bark. Then think of the many ways humans use this tree. Some experts believe it may even have medicinal qualities. Yes, I think this is the best name of all, the tree of life. Does anybody have any questions?
Question 8, Part A. You will hear a man giving a talk about an expedition for young people on board a large sailing ship. Listen to the talk and complete the notes in Part A. Write 1 or 2 words only in each gap. You will hear the talk twice.
Hello everyone. This afternoon I've come to talk to you about a great opportunity that's open to every one of you. I work for a company called Great Ship Adventures. We help the personal development of young people aged 12 to 25 by enabling them to take part in seagoing adventures. The company has 3 large sailing ships known as tall ships. I can see from your faces that many of you think this cannot possibly be for you. Well, listen carefully and I'll tell you more. You don't need to have sailed before or know anything at all about sailing. And we have grants to help anyone who is short of money. We have specially trained workers whose job is to make sure that everyone can take part safely and have a good time. What happens then? Well, the Great Ship Adventure is a hands-on experience. In other words, you learn by actually doing the job. You'll join the ship for a week-long trip. You'll become an important part of the crew, and this involves so much more than just sailing the ship. It'll include preparing meals, maintaining equipment, as well as cleaning the living and sleeping areas. You'll be divided into teams, and each team's job is to keep watch in turn through the night. You'll have to learn to steer the ship and pull up the sails on ropes. You may even get a chance to climb up the masts and help tie up the sails. Now, the captain will have modern communication systems such as computers, GPS and radar, but you'll be taught how to send messages to other ships using flags, which sailing ships traditionally did. What will you gain? Well, of course, you'll learn how to sail, but there's a lot more too. You'll become good at teamwork and you'll develop your communication skills. Believe me, it'll boost your confidence to see how you manage to deal with real-life danger and difficulties. I do hope you'll give some serious thought to joining our next expedition. You'll make new friendships that can last for the rest of your life while seeing new parts of the world. There will be opportunities to work with many people from different cultures with different habits and broaden your horizons in many different ways. If you're interested in joining our next expedition, do take one of these leaflets with more details about how to apply, and please feel free to ask me any questions.
Question 8, Part B. Now listen to a conversation between Zara and her brother Mehmet about the Great Ship Adventures talk. Complete the sentences in Part B. Write 1 or 2 words only in each gap. You will hear the conversation twice.
Hey, Mehmet, you didn't pick up a leaflet. I was hoping you would. It'd be great to go on one of those sailing holidays together.
You must be joking. I thought it sounded really awful, too tough for me. Zara, holidays are a chance to play computer games and get plenty of sleep. Not get a load of stress on a boat, thank you. Sounds a nightmare.
Surely you don't mind a bit of hard work? It would keep you fit, and you'd enjoy the glorious sunshine on the open seas. It'd be fantastic. Just think of it. The night sky, the blue sea. It'd be great.
Huh. Stars are all right, but what about storms? The ship tossing about and people being seasick? Oh, not for me.
Where's your sense of adventure? We might enjoy it, and the experience would be something to put on our university application forms. We'd visit some new places.
OK, so let's book a hotel holiday and go somewhere we've never been before.
You know we can't afford that. And it would be a cheap way of getting a holiday. It'd be good for us both. Please, go back and pick up a leaflet and think about it at least.
Well, I suppose it would be good to go away. But I've never even been on a boat, not even a canoe. Anyway, I can't swim and neither can you. I wouldn't mind a luxury yacht, I suppose, if you did all the work. But if I was going to do anything on a boat, it would be on a speedboat with my friends.
Oh, don't be silly. You crashed your moped that Dad bought you. How do you think you'd manage anything faster? Come on, give it a go. Look, last year I bought you a DVD so you'd come on holiday with us. I'll buy you a new phone so you can send photos to all your friends. If I could afford it, I'd buy you a laptop, just so long as you'll come with me.
Well, OK, I suppose I can go back and pick up the leaflet, but I'm not promising anything.
Fantastic. You won't regret it. Of course, Mum will want to know about the medical arrangements later, and Dad will want to know exactly where we'll be going, so make sure you pick up the maps and the route details as well while you're there. From what I've read, the safety arrangements are really good, so I can't see they'll object.